am still decorating the Flenley household, their apartment. I've done quite a bit since I filmed Ava's room, but I'm just going to show you a brief overview, and then we're going to do their main living quarter thing. I don't know. This is Sinra's room. Sinra is their oldest daughter. She was actually born during the rebellion, so she's about the same. She's a little bit older than, like, Salome. Not by a lot, but she's a little bit older. This is her room. She likes the color gray. She likes metal. So I just tried to keep her room. She also has some kind of interesting taste. So yeah, I just tried to add a lot of metal in there, and she also likes music and dance, so she absolutely gets the metal loot. No, I'm not apologizing. Nope, it belongs there. This is Edward's room. Edward is married to Ava. He also likes the color white. He also really likes fur, so I threw a lot of fur in here. And I believe he also liked shiny. I don't remember the exact word. It's not important. What is important is this is his bedroom. He has his own bathroom. I give him some armor. He is a bit of a penny pincher, so I didn't want to over-decorate his room anyways. I haven't honestly decorated the way that I normally decorate in this space at all because, again, I want to play. Yes, have I met my goal of playing Edwin by technically playing the Blumenthal family? Yes. Would it be cooler if I could play multiple households? Duh. So, this is the last bedroom. It is Edwin's room. Edwin is their toddler son. I'm actually probably going to set it up to where he's going to be aging up shortly, so his room's not really, like, I just chucked all the toddler things in. I will give him an actual kind of bedspread. So yeah, I just chucked some things in there. He likes the color red. He also likes brick, but again, he's a toddler, so like his preferences are not really going to come into play here. That will later. And this is the open space we're working with. I really just want to make sure that we get in a kitchen, a dining area, a place to chill, maybe a piano, because we do have 2 music-inclined Sims. Actually 3. Edward also likes music, but he likes the harp. So yeah, like, they're all pretty musical. Stands to reason that we're going to have some musical instruments. I don't want to put like a super big kitchen in because I didn't film it, but as I was playing the Blumenthal family, I got really annoyed because they couldn't cook, and I thought the kitchen was set up wrong. Like, it was driving me absolute bananas. And then I realized I use, here, I'll show you, just real quick here. I gave them special tokens because I want other Sims to react to them in a specific way. If they're super cool and handy, I'd never tried them before. But these. So I have Servant, I have Royalty. I believe Mordia did them. Please don't shoot me if I'm wrong. I will leave a link down below for who did, but Royalty. They can't cook because they had this trait. And they can't clean either. So I'm gonna have to rethink how I do these. Honestly, I might not give them the trait until I leave the household for this particular family because the Blumenthals have space for a live-in servant. These guys definitely don't, unless I like chucked like a nanny in with the kid or something. But I saw, I believe it's Annie Bats in Pleasant. They play a very integrated Pleasant View, and they do a lot of like summoning, making Sims selectable, and like playing through like a hospital or soccer practice, things like that. And so I'm considering trying to do that here with basically hired help coming in for the day. They are selectable. I have them all day. They cook, they clean, yada yada yada, and then at the end of the day I make them unselectable, or I might even just add them to the family and then unadd them to the family at the end. Something like that I think would work the best here, but I'm not 100% yet. I'm also super annoyed because I didn't realize, so these are apartment lots. I know that it's very limited in build mode, like you'll notice that it's all grayed out except for floors and walls and garden stuff. I didn't realize that it would still consider fireplaces that are not in the fireplace category to be fireplaces and you can't place them, so I was super duper annoyed about that. So a lot of things that are technically, like even in deco, like they're cloned from fireplaces, and so super unhappy about that development. Just wanted to whine about it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna at least place things like this. Because yeah, like if it's not in the fireplace category, it should not be considered a build item. I should be allowed to use it. How dare you? The game says no ma'am, and yeah, apparently who am I to judge? I kind of like that Edwin's, like, to get to it, it's a little sneaky, but also you have to think about this, these are probably the warmer rooms, so they'd be preferred because you're in a castle made of stone. Winter happens, like, you probably would want to be on the top floor and be on the side near the kitchen, because that's going to be the warmest place, especially if you get cold easily. That's where I would camp out there. Like, you would have to drag me from that location. So I feel like the nursery definitely needs to be there, and you know, the lord of the manor, in this case apartment, is going to want to be over there too. But Ava also, I'm sure, as I discussed in her decorating video, is super duper manipulative, so she'll use that in some way, shape, or form. Although I hope me saying that she's manipulative and things like that doesn't make people be like, oh, she's bad. Like, maybe she's not great, but there's levels, and she has her reasons for being the way that she is. We do not judge. I'm gonna put a dishwasher in, because, like, they deserve one. Like, he's a duke. They should be allowed to have one. What is this? What is this? I download stuff all the time and I don't even know what it is. Drinking barrel. I mean, he is a popularity sim. Like, I feel like if someone's gonna have a drinking barrel, just chilling out, let's put one there. Okay, table. Like I said, I'm being really basic with this. Like, it is definitely prone to change at the slightest provocation, just because I feel like it. I just need them to be able to function. Let's give a nice little lace table, because again, they're very grayscale in terms of their colors, like gray, white, and then the kid, who has no opinions because he's a toddler, likes the color red. So for the most part, I can see this being a very gray apartment if it wasn't for him, but obviously I did the red tones because I liked those, and I haven't remembered to download the recolors for him yet, so we're just gonna gloss over that. Oh, I do like these. These are in white. Oh, but are they fancy enough for a duke? Even though he is notoriously cheap, he has the penny pincher trait, which is not a hexameter special trait, but is it hexameter? Is it hexameter? I don't know how to say it. It's not one of those traits. I have some traits that basically I skimmed off the Sims Medieval, but also just some that I had created myself before that whole trait mod had existed. And I probably could make them actual traits, but I got a lot to do. I am very busy. And I don't want to. I mean, I do, but like, I don't have the motivation to learn a new skill currently. But who knows, maybe I will do this and then immediately go, actually I want to learn a new skill right now. And I will learn a new skill, and all will be right with the world. We'll see. That was me when I learned like default replacement names. For whatever reason, I just got a wild hair and I'm like, I want to build a Game of Thrones neighborhood, but none of the names have to be right. Like, they can't just be whatever. And so I made an entire default name file. Like, it took me a solid month to get all the correct names, and they're only the names that are listed, and to get it to work. And then I got it to work, played that neighborhood probably for 3 days, and then I never touched it again. Cause that's how I roll. But I learned a new skill, and that was actually a really popular download. I didn't really think that it would be, but I guess I underestimated people who like Game of Thrones. Which I am also, I guess people who like Game of Thrones would be me. But not to that extent. Like, if I was gonna do it, I would be so obsessive about it. it would just be a problem. It would be a problem. So I'm glad that that obsession quickly passed, because as you've seen with the deer, and like, I can get very single-minded about things, and once that I've decided that the thing must happen, or what have you, like, that's it. The thing is gonna happen, and I'm not gonna think about anything else or do anything else until it's been accomplished. It's me with my apartment right now, where I know that I need to finish organizing my room, and like, I tore my room apart like 3 weekends ago, because I have a lot of craft stuff, and I was like, you know what? I don't use this particular dresser for anything because it happens to make your clothes smell like old man no matter what you do to make it not do that. And so I don't use it. Like, I throw loose stuff in there, essentially. Like, my heating blanket goes there in the summer and stuff like that I don't need access all the time. It's not useful. Why not turn it into craft storage? Because it's not gonna matter if I put paint in there, because it's paint. It's not gonna pick up the old man smell. But I happened to stumble upon a container of beads that it's been in the state that it's been in for at least 6 years. Basically, I moved, and in the process of moving, I accidentally dropped my bead organizer, which had thousands upon thousands upon thousands of seed beads in it. I don't know if you've ever seen a seed bead. They're very small. They are not large items at all, and they had been beautifully organized by color, by type, like, it was very nice. And I dropped it on the floor, and I didn't have time to deal with it, so they all got thrown into one, like, random container that I had, and they've been that way for 6 years. Stumbled across it in the middle of organizing my room and my craft area, and my dumb goblin brain is like, oh, we can't finish until all of these beads are sorted. And I'm just like, no, we can just leave them the way they are. It's been that way. And my brain's just like, no. This needs to be sorted. And so I have spent pretty much all of my limited spare time organizing seed beads. I'll dump a little bit into, I have like one of those velvet, it's to measure out necklaces. Like, if you're going to make a necklace, it's got the length, and like you could pick out the beads and everything. It's like velvety, and so I've been dumping it kind of in the middle of that and sorting seed beads. And it's the most ridiculous thing, and like, I'm aware of it. I'm keenly aware of how ridiculous it is, but at the same time, I don't think that anything has quite encapsulated, like, being mentally ill for me more than the whole seed bead, like, debacle that's going on. Because it's ridiculous, and I don't have to do it, but my brain, like, the chemicals in it are just like, no, we have to, and I cannot function. Only when it comes to organizing my room. Like, I have to do the beads first. And it's going to be very satisfying when it's done. I've actually found a whole bunch of things I did not know that I had, which is nice. And also, if I'm ever going to get my not-so-secret Wheel of Time project going, I'm going to need them, because I'm going to be making a lot of things. But still, it's still ridiculous, and I'm still going to make fun of myself for it. Like, if I'm going to be stuck doing it, then I'm absolutely going to make fun of myself without mercy, because it's so silly. And also, things like that you kind of just have to laugh about, because it can be upsetting if you really, like, start to think about it. You're like, I can't believe that this is my life, that this is what I have to do, and there's no way around it, there is no way out of it, this is just what has to be done in order to move forward. And so you laugh about it, you find the humor in being bananas, and for me, this is just one of those moments. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. I guess it's on my brain, because I got a whole nother pile to work on, and I'm just not doing it currently, because I wanted to do this instead. It'll be so nice when it's done, though, you have no idea. There's so many. So many. I can make teeny tiny little necklaces, and who knows. Oh, that bothers me. Oh, but I can't put one in there because the door. I'm not super thrilled with this development. Whatever it'll have to do. Do they need anything else? Like, specifically? I don't think so. Like, they got the piano. We got music and dance bar, just in case. We can eat. We can hang out. We can watch TV if we are so inclined. I've got 2 bathrooms in, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna chuck some rugs and stuff on the floor, not because like I care particularly at this moment, but just because I don't want them to whine. You know how Sims are. Like, it's poorly decorated. Not as bad as the Sims 4 Sims will whine about things being poorly decorated, but like, why give them that option in the first place when I could just chuck down some rugs and things? No, I already used that one. I wish these rugs were a little bit more obvious about which size was which. Because I always have to go through, and it's always the last one that I think that it is. Is there not just like a whitish one? We don't have like a white rug? Cream rugs? I mean, I know a white rug is very impractical. Especially in this era, in this house, I don't care. 2 of the main Sims who are in charge of everything like the color white. And neither of them has a practical bone in their body. So it stands to reason that we would have a white rug in this house. As much as I whine about Ava, like, Edward is not... No. No. He's not any better. Arguably, he's a bit worse. Like, they're just... No, they're not practical Sims. And yet, I actually like them both as Sims. Like, I don't hate them. I think they're interesting. Which is good. I'm gonna play them. They better be interesting Sims. This just looks so dead to me, but yeah, I don't care. We'll figure it out. Yeah, like for me, like, I can't play a Sim if they're like super boring to me. It's like pulling teeth. I just, nope. And so if they're not interesting, I usually try to find a way to make them interesting in some way, shape, or form. Which honestly isn't super hard. If like you focus, or if you're really struggling, just whip out a randomizer. Throw that at them. See what it says. Because why is that purple? Is it supposed to be purple? Well, with grapes. Oh, it has grapes. Okay, sorry. But yeah, like sometimes if I can't really think of anything, I'll sit and mess around with the randomizer for a while and it'll pop up with something and I'm like, oh, I don't really have any Sims like that. And I can apply it to them. I mean, for the most part, I don't really use that anymore because I've reached a point where I'm pretty comfortable with all of the Sims that are created, and like, I've had generations now, so I didn't have to start off with just like a blank slate. I know that's probably the hardest part of like creating a new neighborhood is like, you don't know those Sims. You don't really know their background. Like, you have to create all these stories from scratch. And that's sometimes it's a lot of Sims, depending on the challenge you're playing. Like, that could be a lot of Sims. It's daunting. Just randomize. See what it says. See what comes up. I love randomizers. I have a whole video on my randomizer, which I still continue to use, and I've actually updated a little bit more recently, but nothing fancy. I just changed, instead of saying like preferences for the city, instead of like the dukedom of Flenley and Kenton, for example, is now, I believe, cold coastal, because now everybody lives downtown, basically. Like, they all live in a different city, because I changed up how I was doing it, because I feel like the subhoods were breaking my game. There was like 15 in the last one. But it's still nice to have that preference there, and originally it was like on the coast. I imagined it like East Coast of the United States type environment, so on the beach, but often very chilly. And so that had changed to that, just as an example of one of the spaces I changed. Because it made more sense. Like, environment rather than specific, I would like to live in 10B. Like, no. So yeah, I think we're done here. Like I said, I'm not decorating these very extravagantly because I want to play. That'll come with time, or if I just get a wild hair, I will decorate something. I will do as I will. Literally nothing on the walls. Although he hates art, so that is why there's no art on that one. But there's no art anywhere, let's just be honest. She got a tapestry, that's it. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I'm actually going to play my game. What? Exciting stuff. So thank you so much for joining me. Definitely leave comments, thoughts, opinions down below, and I will see you in the next one.